Did you know that an estimated 5% of the world's population is estimated to have NPD? Today, we'll be talking about what this condition is, 4 keywords you should never say to a narcissist, and also, we'll be answering the age-old question, should you confront a narcissist? So keep watching closely. We've got everything you need to know coming right up. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. We wouldn't want you to miss out on our content just like this. First up, should you confront a narcissist? It is comforting to realize that someone who has been hurting your life has a narcissistic disorder. To be able to describe this individual's lack of compassion and other abuses in one word is quite impressive. You should not, however, share this knowledge with them. Unfortunately, a narcissist doesn't just wait for you to get their number to change their behavior. It is the moment a narcissist realizes they have been horribly mistreated by themselves, as well as the moment a narcissist realizes they have been horribly mistreated by someone else. The narcissist is already aware that they must alter their behavior. Unfortunately, a narcissist will not change their behavior until they realize they too have been treated horribly by someone else. According to clinical psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula, when asked if you should confront narcissists and tell them that they are in fact narcissists, she said, quote, "I don't think it's going to make any difference, and I suspect it will make things worse. They're going to look at you, turn you around, and say, you are the narcissist. Then they will go on a 20-minute rant about how you are the narcissist, and they will gaslight you and manipulate you. And they will throw in some insults, and by the time they're finished with you and have done that number on you, you will think you are the narcissist. Is that really worth it?" End quote. So, what 4 words should you never say to a narcissist? First up, it's not about you. A narcissist's sense of self is distorted. Narcissistic supply is everything a narcissist needs: attention, money, power, control, sexual conquest, and more. They are always hungry and need to be fed. However, it is possible to feel compassion for the problems and constraints of people with narcissistic tendencies. However, compassion does not mean accepting others' abusive behavior or exploitation. It is up to you to take care of yourself. That is not narcissistic or selfish behavior. That is good living. Narcissistic personality disorder or a strong narcissistic style generally does not change over time. And people with those conditions do alter some behaviors. However, the psychological dynamics of narcissism last a lifetime. The key to setting healthy boundaries with narcissists is recognizing that they are constantly seeking attention and approval. You can set healthy boundaries and live happier by freeing yourself from false expectations. It is okay to feel compassion for the challenges and constraints faced by individuals with personality disorder narcissism. However, compassion does not mean that you will allow others to harm or exploit you. Healthily treating yourself is not narcissism. That is good judgment. And you shouldn't just let anyone walk all over you. But with that being said, it's still not a good idea to call the narcissist out on their behavior. Up next, stop playing the victim. Narcissistic individuals may exploit your feelings of guilt to benefit from it. One of the classic symptoms of narcissism is the tendency to use underhanded tactics. One of these tactics is playing the victim. Have you ever played the victim? If so, do you remember the emotional need you were trying to fulfill or express while doing so? Of course, in narcissistic people, the need is felt more often, but the same applies to victims. It can be challenging to imagine someone with narcissistic personality disorder as the victim or the person needing help, but people with narcissistic personalities often think of themselves as having a grandiose sense of self and an unlimited need for power. So, are narcissists playing the victim on purpose, or is it a manipulation technique? Do they genuinely believe they are being victimized? Well, regardless of if they truly feel they're being victimized or not, it's still rarely a good idea to call them out on it and say they need to stop playing the victim. We can almost guarantee that just realizing that it's not you doing anything wrong, it's just that this person has a mental health condition, and it's not necessarily their choice to be acting this way. So, why should you never tell a narcissist that they're wrong? As a result of being maltreated by a significant caretaker in the past, they are way more emotionally immature than people without NPD. Sometimes this stems from, as a child, they would incorrectly believe that they were wrong all the time, and as such, they would feel guilty. To avoid emotional agony, they may construct a fantasy world where they are right all the time, because they are right all the time. Because they are right all the time, they can't ever be wrong, so they don't seek the advice of others. Adults do not seek the assistance of others because they think they are always correct. Thus, they refuse to consult with others. As an adult, however, they have not matured, and thus they have developed coping strategies that were developed to manage abuse and neglect in childhood. These strategies, of course, are not functional in adulthood, but the narcissist will cling to them as a result of their survival in childhood. Even skilled therapists can have difficulty encouraging a person with NPD to reflect on their behavior, take ownership of it, and sincerely apologize. This is because most NPD adults cannot accept that they are wrong, as that could signify to them that they are a terrible person, which leads back to their childhood, where this was the case. Sometimes you can get an apology out of them if they've calmed down, but often an NPD individual's apology might sound something like this. I apologize if you feel that way. It's unfortunate, but it is necessary for a person to be remorseful and to have a regret for the hurtful behavior in order to make a genuine apology. It is also essential for them to be reflective and to have a change of heart. You can choose to accept an NPD person's actions, or if it's too painful to communicate with them, you can always try to find a way to avoid them and continue your life as normally as possible. As an individual, you are always in control of your life. You are always able to make a choice. The best advice is to avoid contact and simply live the fullest life possible. Lastly, here's why you don't want to tell a narcissist, could that be your fault? Like we said earlier, narcissists typically cannot accept responsibility for any of their problems, even if it's apparent that it is their fault. Let's say, for example, one lost their job, broke a relationship, or is going through financial ruin. They might blame her poor parenting, bad luck, or even someone completely unrelated to the problems she has been having. This is because she has a fragile sense of self and relies on an idealized version of herself. Any mention of their poor decision-making hurts her terribly and will likely result in an outburst from them. And there you have it, everything you need to know about why you should never say those 4 words to a narcissist. Did you learn something new from this video? Comment your thoughts below. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this.